Alright, High Caves tutorial, let's get right into it. I just want to apologize for the ghosting right off the bat. This is from my 12250 and I did not turn off resampling when I grabbed the raw video of this. Anyways, right off the bat you can see when we move forward here, we're holding square left X. I don't have my input viewer also for this one. And we're tapping left, 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 left with the joystick right there. Okay, that's absolutely crucial, alright? So we boom, flame charge that guy. You saw that, that was straight into a walk right there. Flame charge and then immediately walk it around. Like, that is a crucial skill with these big guys, that you can flame charge but not continue your charge. That's one way that you avoid bonking on them. But since we want to extend that first flame into both of them, you can't really go for a double flame charge on them unless you come around the other side, which is still slower at that point. So you might as well just hit that guy and wait for his gem to come down before continuing. You can flame. You don't have to flame charge these tornado guys. It is technically better and faster, but the key is with this guy right here. This guy is the one that if you go quick enough with the enemies up to this point, you're going to be basically racing his tornado. And so if you're quick, you can get to him before his tornado comes out. But if you think you're going a little slow, or if you bonk at all, you have to really be careful with this tornado. Because, like, see how he's just about to let it out right there? Yeah, if he hits you with that, it's a fucking annoying time loss. But yeah, I'm really being careful to just flame charge and then jump around these guys. And again, with the tornado guys, you can just charge into them. I like to, by the way, after this guy right here, you can opt to go around the dragon. Like, I faded back my jump and then went left because I think it's an easier vantage point for, kind of, you want to land about, like, right about there on him. Like, kind of get around him and roll into him would be ideal. So you can also go around the other way if you prefer, if it feels easier for you. So, yeah, so now here, take a look at these cycles. These cycles right here are exactly what you want to see. In fact, you could have two different global cycles. You could have ones where, if you're on a good pace like this, you could actually, the other global cycle is where this guy is like further on this side and this guy would be further on this side. Kind of like, it would be like a vice versa of what you would see here, right? But I got the good global cycle, so I didn't have to wait. With the other one, if you go fast, you don't have to wait either. But this one that's flying towards me right now would be flying away on the other global cycle. So that's just all RNG right there when you load in the level. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. In fact, that's one of the few actual global cycle like RNG things in this run. Get that mouse senpai out of the way. Those guys auto flame charge, by the way, these wizards right here. So you can just flame them, and that's pretty much going to be your fastest option in every scenario. Careful with these gems. It's really easy to be hasty and miss any one of the gems in those two areas there. So just make sure you're spending a lot of time on the ground now. Dodge that dragon right there. Really important. Well, it's not really important, but I like to do it. It's a good time save because you can grab him more easily later on. And with this strat that I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be actually going up the left side of this mountain. So pay attention to this real quick. Full hop off and then boom, landing right in that little ravine right there. And what that's going to allow me to do is have enough speed to jump up this hill right here and still keep my supercharge up there. But pay close attention to how I jump off of this. This is really crucial. I'm just going to frame advance this. Again, I apologize for the ghosting on this particular recording. I have since evolved from this era. So full hop all the way out and we land right. We're literally aiming right about in this area right here. I did land a little bit before what I was looking for, but kind of in this area right here is going to be where the supercharge ramp is lowest, and therefore where you're going to have the most downward velocity when you land on it, right? We want to be coming out of the air, similarly to when we charge onto the top of, out of the air on top of a supercharge ramp in order to get max speed going down it, to get the early red like in Wizard Peak. We do a similar thing here where we're landing on the lowest possible part of the ramp, and it's kind of hard to tell by just by looking around, but if you walk around this area here, you'll notice that this is like a hill starting from here to like here. So you want to land on the lower part of the hill. You can still get supercharged by landing over here or any in these areas right here, but you really want to aim for like right here because that's where it's lowest. And then I delay this jump right here to right about these couple of triangles. You could try jumping like right here, but you really run a high risk of A, canceling some of your speed when you land on top, and B, accidentally getting a skitter jump. And it is something that does happen, that does cancel your charge. Now right here when you hit this, right when you hit it, that's when you want to do, or just after you hit it, or basically right when you hit it, you want to jump to the right. in order to get these 2 boxes here. And this is undoubtedly like the fastest strat. There are a few alternative ways of doing this. Farnia does it off the middle of like the full hop off of the middle of the ramp, so that way he doesn't have to supercharge up. Now let's talk about this guy. That way he doesn't have to jump his supercharge. But you can check out a video of his 120% PB if you want to see that strat. That's Farnia right there. But now right here, this is not Farnia. This is an egg thief. And this guy I'm going to go so far as to say this is one of the hardest egg thieves in the entire game. You have to kind of get around. It's all in how you get around this corner right here. And ideally, you want to really cut this corner as hard as possible. But at a certain point, you do have to get a little lucky. In terms of how he sees you. Remember that the more time you spend in the air, the better of a chance you're going to have against him. So I would say really try to maximize your air time when you're jumping off of this and really cut that corner as hard as you can. That's going to be your basically your best. But you can see like I could have cut this corner a little harder without bonking. So that would have probably been my key to getting this egg thief strat right here, which I missed. But luckily if you miss it, the flame charge jump, you can just get them on the recovery right here. In fact, if you wait just a moment right there, you could actually flame charge jump into those greens, which I failed to do in this run. So it's a cool little backup either way. I mean, no matter what happens, it's like a 1 second time loss if you don't get the quickest possible thing. Barely even. Now, with that jump, this jump is harder than it looks. You actually have to really extend the ledge here, do the momentum conservation off this little lip. And it can be really easy to drop your jump from that. You can see I really he jumps off of like nothing right here. You really momentum conservation that part because the lip does kick you up a little bit. And there is a bit of a ledge you can extend from that. Just make sure you wall glide going into this area. You can see like even with all that extra like momentum, I still kind of just barely made it over. So don't do that jump from stationary. Make sure you're conserving your momentum when you go for that whole full hop. Charging jumps, by the way, this is a key thing that a lot of newer players don't do, is you charging jump up supercharge ramps, especially with supercharge ramps, if you jump charge them, you preserve upward momentum in a way that normal ground doesn't. Pay close attention to where I stop right here. I'm aiming, hold on, let me go to this next frame. I'm basically aiming to start my supercharge right about here. Somewhere between here and here, anywhere in this area is where you want to start your supercharge. That's for 120% or any percent. This is like kind of the nice spot. This is kind of the safe spot for your speed. You want to be right. You want to just barely get yellow speed, but not have too much yellow speed, or else it makes the turning more difficult. And you can see I didn't go all the way to the bottom of the supercharge ramp. If you go all the way to the bottom of the supercharge ramp, like over here, you do get a little bit more speed, so just be aware of that. The harder you cut this corner, then the more speed you lose. So if you think you went a little bit too far up the ramp, then you can cut this corner a little harder to adjust. Careful with the ground geometry here. It can easily fuck you over. Now this is anus skip, which never fails to amuse me, that naming. Let's go back to the beginning of this. This geometry right here, you can see it's kind of jagged. So make sure that you don't fly off of any of these, especially this part right here. It's easy to just fly off the ground here unintentionally. So be aware of that as we're moving through that. These spiders, by the way, are free. Like they are always going to be in the same spot, unless you like have to take a death or something. And this guy right here, right when you hit him is when you turn right. So let's frame advance this a little bit. Right when you hit him, and you can see I'm already turning right out of this, but like this is kind of the approach you want on the green guy right here, so that like you can see that he's like just past the little shelf of the pillar here. Part of his body's being cut off. This is the approach angle that we want. You could come even a little bit more from the right, but this is a good approach angle here. You're basically hitting him after doing the wall bump. Let's keep frame advancing here. And if you think you're going too quick here, like, oh, see, it's like I barely made it through that. Really aim for like the middle part of the sphincter here. You can just look at that shit expanding and contracting. It's just a beautiful thing. If you aim too far to the outer part, obviously you'll hit the outer edge as it's contracting. Now, here, this is a part that I've seen people have trouble with. You really want to be coming in. We're aiming for the middle here, but then we change. I'm turning left here as I come here. So this is going to allow me to get in front, to hit this spider and then get in front of these two pillars, right? So again, as I'm entering through the sphincter, through the anus, as we're getting into the lower intestine, we want to be kind of shooting as far left so that we can give ourselves room to curve around here. Okay, let's keep watching at full speed. Jump from nice and far back so that you can land early on this platform. Same thing here. Yeah, and flame charge onto that. This this fairy, let me tell you something. This fairy will kiss you when you don't want her to, and she will never kiss you when you want her to. So make sure that you are curving in towards her when you do this little flame charge right here. You don't have to like flame charge either of those. Like you'll just grab them automatically when you turn around anyways. You can see that gem's going to auto collect right there. So, but the key is that you're aiming like you're turning in toward. If you don't turn in towards her, she won't see you. Turn it around, get the charging jump right there. A little angle adjust. Be careful with these two boxes. Okay, these two boxes are a bitch. Flame charge this one, but don't just continue the charge. Like, look at this. See how I stop? See how I stop and like recharge a little bit? Look at this frame by frame right here. Hold on. I flame. I let go of charge. I charge again, right? That's important because if I'd have just kept charging like at full speed through that, I would have possibly missed that. See how that first gem spawns in the air? Like, yeah, if you charge too quick, like Spyro won't grab that with his body. You have to wait for that to hit the ground, basically. Flame charge that. Do be careful that you don't jump off with a missed flame charge. As we move through here, we pray, like, the thing is we're praying for these spiders to be in a good spot. And usually what I find is if you come... if you come from a wider angle, like see I kind of just go straight to the tunnel here. If I came more like right to left, that would have probably influenced the spider to kind of go outward a little bit more, so I didn't have to go so far to the right of this inner cavern. But sometimes you'll get lucky with those spiders, and see, that was a lucky spot for that spider. Sometimes this spider can be like way back over here, and sometimes this spider could be like further over here. So if you come wide on the entrance, it's usually a good way to manipulate it. But at that point, you know, it's like you might as well just take the straightest lines anyways. It's like you're trading one time loss for another, you know. Flame charging everything. Oh, and a quick little strat right here. This is a super useful thing. There's in Magic Crafters in general, there's a ton of these little, like, there's this blue gem hiding behind here. There's a ton of these blue gems, like in Blowhard, it's the same way. What you're going to want to do is like get onto the platform, but give yourself room to short hop and then charge down, right? So that's like going to be the best way of doing it, right? Instead of flopping down. You could flop, you have to flop down for that one because there's two gems, but if there would only been one gem, then you would do like the same strat. But you probably could do a similar strat there either way. Like, honestly, the jump charge, the short hop jump charge is OP. And you can see I saved this dragon for later because now Spyro's going to be in a good spot to turn around and keep moving. Keep the line straight here. Saboom will flame charge that first box right there, but it doesn't really matter. It's like a quarter of a second at the most. But if you do just hit the first box, which is a common occurrence actually, if you just hit the first of these two boxes right here before Cedric, oh my god, go back. If you just hit the, whoa, if you just hit the first of these two boxes, like say I flame charge the first one and jump charge like around the second one, or charge jump around the second one, then you'll be spawned right in front of it. Like it'll be right in front of you when you spawn out of the dragon. That's all I'm trying to say. There's a reason why these videos are like 10 plus minutes. It's literally just me ranting unedited. So thank you for watching. If you are watching this, you actually legitimately care about Spyro and me, and thank you for that. Oh, this shit right here. Oh my god, this shit's a bitch. Like if you try to go too quickly here, what'll happen is you'll charging jump and you'll go to the left and you'll miss this fucking thing, which is hard not to do because you're like you're bearing hard left here. So just make sure you straighten out a little bit for this box or else you'll miss it. Really turn hard left here. Like when I'm here, I'm trying to aim like psh, like that. I'm like coming this way. I'm like do, and then psh, like just like straight, like a immediate angle change. You can see there's a lot of room for you to turn there. Or it's like a sharp angle turn, you know. Try to hit, yeah, that first flame. Okay, that first flame, you can only hit the first box with that. I think Wally has a strat where he does hit them both on the first flame, but first flame you miss them, but on every flame consecutive, every flame after the first one, you hit two boxes at once. Or at least you try to. And then so that way you're only left with one more flame to hit on that last one. Let's check those flames one more time as we're coming up here. Just a single flame, then the double. And give yourself enough room so that your flame doesn't get blocked off. And then there you go. And then you'll notice I collected the egg. See the egg's down there. I turned just enough with the first, and this is very lenient, but notice how I'm facing this way, right? That fan is going to go off in that direction to the left, and just get all the flames on that, and it'll hit the fucking thief, and you'll be good. And that's High Caves right there. It's that's pretty much all she wrote. This level is dope. I made a fucking sick ass cover song of the music from this level, so go watch that if you haven't already. I'm gonna link it right there. And guys, besides that, I wish you to have a great day. I bid you adieu, and I'll see you in the next one. I got some big videos planned here that are more than just silly tutorials like this. So I'll hope to catch you guys in the next one. Stick around for some more interesting Spyro content, and I'll catch you then. Peace.